Real Talk Sports, where we strip away the fluff and get straight to the heart of the game. From the hottest plays on the court to the controversies off it. We're breaking it all down with unfiltered takes and raw honesty. No sugarcoating, no holding back. Just real talk for real fans. Let's get into it.
Hey everybody, how you doing this evening? It's your girl Keysha with Cut the Ish Real Talk Sport, coming to you on a nice Monday evening, kicking off my week. I'm hanging out with my boy Duval. We're gonna get into a topic about exit interviews and tweets, and we hope you can stay with us as we go through our soliloquy. But before I get into that, I'm on the road to 1,700 subscribers. Right now, I'm at 1,611. Please hit the like button on this video. Also, give me a subscribe. I will appreciate it. And please share my channel and comment at the end of these videos and share. We're gonna get into it real quick. Duval, you there? You
I'm here.
won't. You
I
here?
won't.
All
Yeah.
right.
Do you hear
We
anything
go.
in the background?
No, I'm
Okay.
good. Yeah, man. Every day we come up here, and I know y'all be thinking, God damn, do they have something to say every day? If we really wanted to, Duval, we could talk about something happening every day in the world of Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. I just can't make this up. This is becoming like a soap opera
Mm-hmm.
that airs on TV Monday through Friday.
Yep.
But we gonna get into it. First off the docket is this, guys. The Chicago Sky, typically a lot of these teams do exit interviews at the end of the season. I've been online a little bit today, and they say it's not mandatory. All of a sudden, it's not mandatory. It's just something complimentary the team does to recap the season. Well, in the Chicago Skies organization, even though they had everybody else go and do an exit interview, they announced today that Courtney Vandersloot, Angel Reese, and Ariel Atkins will no longer conduct media exit interviews. And we're going to talk about it. Duval, what was your initial reaction to hearing that the Sky doesn't want to put out there a media exit interview because the media wants to they want to answer, well, some media, I ain't gonna say all, want to ask some of the hard hitting questions. Some of them want to ask what's coming up, what's the future. Some of them want to ask, get a temperature of the team. And these three ladies um, have been released from that obligation. What was your initial reaction?
In the famous words of Frank Arm, everybody loves Raymond. CYA. That means cover your ass.
Mm,
And the reason why I say that is this. They ain't want Ariel Atkins to talk because they feel like Ariel Atkins already out of there. So what more
mm,
she can add to the situation when they feel like she might not even come back,
okay.
especially with the dynamic between her and Angel. I think Courtney Vandersloot, they really want to know where is her recovery. Do she feel like she's too old? Do do she feel like this is her team? And those questions that, what I'm saying, me, people gonna want to ask. Because we started hear more and more that they was wanting to build around her. Vandersloot, not Angel. And so she won't so not she, but the media will want to know, hey, what is your mindset?
Mm,
How do you see your team? How do you see yourself on this team going forward? Do you see yourself as a full-time starter, or do you see yourself as somebody that be willing to come off the bench?
mm,
And maybe those are questions that Vandersloot don't want to answer. And we know why they don't want Angel Reese to talk. Angel Reese might say too much. They say Angel Reese might be a chatty patty. You know what I'm saying? She might talk
mm,
about that suspension and how whack it is to suspend me when you ain't suspend yourself, Jeff P. When you said that lame ass comment in June. And
mm,
so they might ask Angel that. They might ask Angel how she feel about Vandersloot. And Ariel Atkins, and maybe that's not a question that she wants to answer. And so I think it's just too much gray area right now for either one of those three individuals to really give a post on where they are in the organization and how best to move the organization forward where they can see success.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the organization of Chicago Sky is confident enough in Vandersloot and Ariel Atkins in particular to give a eloquent and articulate answer on how to move this organization in the right direction. Because Angel already told you how to move in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in the media disagreed with it. You might have a few media members disagree with the timing of it and her
Mm-hmm.
speaking out on it. And you got this lame ass dude, you know what I'm saying, looking like Dexter Jackson in on this video called The Fumble, which is a YouTube broadcast. I forgot Rocky or something like that. He tried to
Mm-hmm.
bring up Angel Reese in previous situations like at LSU in that locker room and stuff like that, and try to make it seem like she's not only a problem, but she's not good enough to really speak on the team's issue. And my question to that clown is, if she ain't qualified to speak on it, who is on that team? Because she the best one on it.
Mm-hmm.
She the most marketable. They make money off her, lots of it. So if she's not qualified to speak on the team, then who on that team is qualified to speak on it? Because the damn sure ain't Camilla. And the damn sure ain't Vandersloot or Ariel Atkins or Rachel Bam Bam Flair Festone or anybody else that's on that roster.
Right,
They
right.
they surely is not qualified to speak on the team. So why can't she give her articulate opinion on how to move this team forward? And this the same woman that won everywhere she went, including on Rival. So I would value her opinion and her insight, especially this is the one person on that team that talked to all the big dogs. She know what they're thinking. She know what they'll want to come to a team like Chicago. She know what the temperature is. She know who she can get, who she can't get. So it's anybody on this team that has the resume and the ear of the streets to speak on how this team could be best moved forward. I would think it would be Angel Reese, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
And so from that standpoint, Angel Reese already gave you an idea how to move this team forward. It's clear that Courtney Vandersloot and Ariel Atkins might disagree. They don't want this situation to blow up bigger than what it is. And what they hope will happen is everybody in the Chicago Sky organization stick their head in the sand and hope it goes away. And that's where no, 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 no. Y'all got to face it head on. Y'all got to put your big boy pants on and finally address the elephant in the room.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this, Duval. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. I'm gonna say this. Angel Reese had already said what she needed to say. They reported it in nauseam. So to be honest with you, she didn't really need an exit interview. She had already given it. if that if that makes sense. But I will say I am disappointed in Vandersloot and Ariel Atkins, and I'm gonna tell you why. They were brought to this team to bring veteran leadership to this team. And if they wanted their voices to be heard and respected inside of that locker room or any locker room they're going to in the future, then you respond head first. You don't duck and dodge questions from the media because you didn't nobody allows Angel Reese to duck and dodge. She has to stand front and center and skin and grin in front of the media because she's the face of that team. It seems like almost a cowardice move for Ariel and Courtney Vandersloot to me Because if you was doing all that stuff behind the scenes and you were saying that you didn't like the way she addressed the team and you was mad about this, that, and the third, then step to the podium and talk to the media. Don't talk to the media in a halftime um, um, interview with Shimmy when it first come out throwing jabs. Step up and be a leader and talk to the media about this team. Vandersloot, if you really 10 toes down for the Chicago Sky, in my opinion, you would have gave an exit interview because the block was hot. Ariel Atkins seems like she running for the hills. So what it told me, Duval, is yeah, they brought these two veterans here. I'm not even talking about basketball. I'm talking about they brought these two veterans here, but I don't know if leadership, from a leadership perspective, if this is if this was the right thing to do for them. Because right now, you go into the next season, they don't speak to the to the next season. Ariel Atkins probably is gone, like you said. But Vandersloot, in all in case of purposes, she's gonna be back. Ain't that what she told the Chicago Sky fans at the game? So
Yes, she
why
did.
didn't she say that loud and proud with her chest? And
Yes, she
and
did.
everybody from the media was running around Chicago talking about, oh no, you got to uplift Vandersloot. She is a legacy Chicago Sky. So why are you ducking out of an interview, an exit interview, when really and truly what they're gonna probably talk about is your injury recovery? How do you move the team forward um, through through this controversy, and what are you prepared to give toward winning? I think it
Mm.
was a missed opportunity for Courtney Vandersloot because her voice her voice was already getting diminished, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I think this further diminishes it. That's just my opinion. I think Ariel Atkins is out the door anyway, so she just ducked, dodged it altogether. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it's cowardly to me. But I
We
can
digress.
understand. Look, I digress. I understand completely why Angel Reese don't want to have an interview. Why? I just said it 4 or 5 days ago. I'm not giving y'all. I'm not giving y'all no more bullet material. I already told you how I feel.
Mhm.
Y'all not gonna listen to me no way. So what I'm sitting up there, what I'm not gonna BP. I guess Angel Reese probably told him, look, I'm not. You know what? After the way all this went down, I'm not gonna be PC in that interview. So you make a choice. Do you want me to do that interview? Cause I'm
Mhm.
about done with y'all.
Yeah.
So if you interview me, you gonna get Baltimore on me.
Mhm.
And they probably said, no, go on your vacation. No. But Vandersloot and Atkins, I just think it's cowardly. But,
Mhm.
you know, that's just my take on that. And seems like Jeff P is still, how can I put it? He's still trying to protect the people he selected to come to this organization,
Mhm.
to turn this organization around. And he don't seem to understand that through all of this, they might not have his back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the one thing I will say about Jeff P, he st- he stepped to that mic. Now it might have been all BS, right? But
Mhm.
he at least stepped to that mic after they was calling for his job. And these two ladies say, "Yeah, no, I'm getting out of here." So
Yeah.
I, that, I land. So do you want them? Answer me that, Duval. You want them being the veteran leadership inside your locker room?
No, not at all. They showed me what they was really about, and especially with somebody like Ariel Atkins, you supposed to come here and be somewhat of a difference maker. And your numbers were down across the board. And
Mm-hmm.
so, what I wanted to add, the reason why they didn't want to talk in that S interview, see, they, you know how they say You stick you wet your finger, you stick it in the air, see how the wind blow.
Right, right.
Yeah, they know how the wind blowing. They know
They
it.
know.
A lot of people team Angel Reese.
Mm,
So if you know your constituents, the people that you trying to convince, your way of thinking is not gonna be on your side, why speak on it?
mm,
See, because at the end of the day, they ain't think their game plan was gonna be what they thought it was gonna be. They
mm-hmm.
thought once Angel spoke on what she spoke on, because they had, like I said, they knew about the article in advance.
Yeah, they did.
When Angel spoke on what she spoke on, they thought that they'll throw a hit piece out on Angel, and a lot of people be going against Angel and humbling the hell out of her, like they expect African American men and women to get humbled the hell out of when they feel like we step out of line and say too much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately for them, not for us, but for them, they had to learn the hard way. No, y'all have a reputation. And because of y'all negative reputation, people is not gonna side with you.
No.
And because Angel is a legitimate superstar, she gonna always have people that gonna have her best interests at heart. Because we, as Angel fans, what they call us, I'm not no Reese's Pieces because I'm a grown man,
Right. Me too.
but you know what I'm saying. But they people as Angel fans, they don't see the big picture with Angel. Cause just like I said before, and I'm gonna say it again, Angel, fairly or unfairly, gonna forever be linked with Caitlyn. They would never be their own people. Their career will always be linked. Even if one retire before the other, it's still gonna be linked. So their individual and team success gonna always be linked. And so the more success Caitlyn has, and she's playing a role in their success, the more of indictment is gonna be on Angel, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And so Angel feel that pressure, and she's not gonna allow her brand to be associated with losing and incompetence because Chicago Sky like to be incompetent as an organization, and they used to being incompetent for since their inception of 2006. And so at some point, Angel's not gonna associate herself with that, and her fans ain't gonna allow her to associate herself with that type of mentality because at the end of the day, they know what's at stake. And so she had a right to speak up, speak forward, and let people know what's really going on in this organization and how this organization need to be ran going forward for her to have the best opportunity of success. And so because of that, they thought that people would side with them because they are the quote unquote veterans, and in the case of
Mm-hmm.
both of them, they won previously championships. So they thought people don't just
Roll over.
roll over, play dead, and humble
Mm-hmm.
the hell out of Angel. No, 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 no. This is a new day. Like I said, y'all, like that woman said out of her own mouth. That's why she is a clown. And capital C, Ariel Atkins, you are a big ass clown. You are a clown. You are a goofball because you said out your own mouth after that press conference in New York City, the second game y'all played against New York Liberty, her crown is heavy. So you know what she has to deal with on a daily basis. You
Mm-hmm.
know that she can't just have a regular career. You know she can't have a career like Enrique. Did Enrique ever made the playoffs, or she made the playoffs once or twice
She
in
might
her
made them once or twice. Yeah.
7 years or something like that?
Yeah. It's been a while. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Kelsey. Look at yeah. Angel and Caitlyn don't have the luxury of being like a Kelsey Mitchell playing for
Not
the
at all.
organization 7 8 years and just not making it. Just not winning a first round playoff series. They don't have that
Mm.
luxury.
Nah.
They
They,
judge differently.
yes, their crown is heavy,
Hmm.
extremely heavy. And so, like I said, they don't have that opportunity. They don't have a Satu. Satu she could be on a bad team and nobody
Mhm.
cares, and she could
Right.
put up individual numbers and it's all good.
Right.
In the
They'll
case
still
of
call it a unicorn. Yeah.
yeah, in the case of Angel, in the case of Caitlyn, their team success matters just as much as their individual success because they already been judged as Hall of Famers, and
Hmm.
that's the reality of their situations. So they getting judged on a scale of all time greats. And so they don't have a grace period. They don't have a easy in. They can't they can't go to a swimming pool and stick their toe in and see if it's cold. No,
Hmm.
they gotta jump in. They gotta jump in body full body first. You know what I'm saying? Even your onesie come off while you're in the water. They still gotta jump in full body first. Because that's the type of expectation people have for their careers. And so they should have known that it's not personal how Angel approached this situation. And so they should have been women enough to say, hey, we thought we read one thing with any Constable article, but upon reflection and our our research and information, we you don't even have to apologize. We kind of take back what we said. We kind of take back how we approached it.
Hmm.
And if I could be on this team again, we will approach this situation differently. Because
That's
at the end
it.
of the day, we was wrong. We jumped the gun too quickly, too prematurely, based on the media and the fan climate of the WNBA as of today. If they would have said those things, you know what I'm saying, everybody would have forgiven them because we know, you know what I'm saying, people are human.
Mm.
Ain't nobody
Yeah.
perfect. There's nobody perfect. There's imperfection in this world. And so
Hmm.
because of that, you know what I'm saying, nobody ain't gonna hold y'all to an unfair standard. We just ask y'all to, you know what I'm saying, read the room and you know what I'm saying,
Right.
and use a thinking cap and start thinking off of emotion, think off of logic. That's all.
I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Mhm.
Bottom line, the season didn't go the way Courtney Vandersloot and Ariel Atkins thought it should go. And to me, as the season started to wind down, they tried to use the sophomore as the scapegoat. But I
Mhm.
digress.
Mhm.
I digress. And that's
Yeah.
not what you was brought to Chicago to do. You
Nah.
was brought there to installate the superstar
Mhm.
because Ariel Atkins, you acknowledge that the crown was heavy.
Mhm.
But we
But no,
moving
no, no.
on.
But the thing is, see, Vanessa thought she was the superstar.
Yeah.
She thought they came to see her.
No.
Nah, they came to see David Ruffin. They ain't come to see you, Otis. You in the background. You sang the background song. You hit your high note when you need to hit the high note. But we came here to see David Ruffins. We don't see any threes in the stands. We see a
Hey
lot of
man,
fives though.
you a backup singer, man.
Yeah, we see a lot of fives out there.
Uh,
We see a few tens, but a
And
lot of
shame
fives.
on look, and shame on Jeff Petey, he didn't tell you the truth.
Yeah,
Shame on him.
yeah.
Anyway, let's get to the next thing. Oh, Duval. We got to get this in.
Mhm.
Underdog WNBA tweeted Sky Wings won't pursue coaching staff changes ahead of
Mhm.
the 2026 season per Annie Constable. So
Mm.
the Sky and the Wings, two of the worst teams in the W this year, say
Mhm.
they are retaining their coaching staffs.
Mhm.
What you think, Devon? Breaking news.
I'm gonna speak on the wings first, and then I'm gonna touch on the sky, cause the sky gonna be
Okay.
more complex.
Okay.
The wings are not surprised. From what we all hear, that's Kurt Miller homeboy.
Look, yeah.
She ain't gonna.
Yeah.
I don't think he just would throw him. I don't think he'll just throw him under the bus just like that already. Especially when he knew. I'm talking about Kurt Miller. That man bun. I know he got a different name, but you made me call him Man Bun, so that's why I'm calling him.
I
But
done
Man
forgot that man.
Bun,
I've been calling the man bun all season. I don't even know what that
so
man name is.
so we gonna stick with Man Bun. You know what I'm saying? He'll be all right. David Hasselhoff. He'll be all right. He'll live.
It's
Anyway,
cocaines or something like that. It's something like that. Keep going.
so like Man Bun, he had a difficult job to deal with. First of all, he had veterans that didn't fit.
Mm,
He had to, say navigate through a relationship situation on that team.
mm-hmm,
And so I think Kurt Miller understood that he needed another year to really evaluate Man Bun and his performance, where he could get some young players in there and really see how this team can respond under his leadership. And I hope Kurt Miller would be smart enough to treat Paige Becker like the true franchise player that she is, and ask her her opinion. Hey, do you want this guy? If not, is there somebody out there that you think we could get? And if it's somebody that you want, let me know. We could go for now. I'll take the bullet. You know what I'm saying? If it had to go that route.
mm-hmm,
But I just think at the end of the day, with Man Bun, because of the muddy waters that he had to navigate through, I think Kurt Miller's gonna get him another year with some young players and see how he can really coach with a team that I don't want to say green behind the ears, but when you got a young team, a lot of young players will be more willing to listen to your
mm-hmm,
philosophy, your teaching, your vision, because they're not already stuck in their ways of doing things or how they want to play or how they want to, saying construct a team roster.
mm-hmm,
So that's Man Bus. So I moved him out the way. I had to do that first. In
mm-hmm,
the case of Chicago Sky, until next season comes, I don't buy into this.
mm-hmm,
And I still think it's a game of chicken.
mm-hmm,
I still think between Angel and Jeff P, there's a line drawn in that sand. And who gonna win that line drawn in that sand? If they take Angel threat seriously and they get rid of Jeff P, the new GM ain't gonna want to be saddled with somebody that was constantly being blown out, that didn't see any progress with none of his players, and the rookies basically was a wasted year. We see Teaspoon, even though she lacked the X's and O's, but what she didn't lack is energy and defense. You could tell those players played hard for her. Those players were overachieving for her based on how she conduct herself from a leadership standpoint. That's
mm-hmm,
the one thing that we noticed was glaring with Tyler Marsh. He is not a leader. He lacked leadership. He act like Frankenstein on the sideline instead of a basketball coach. And if you lack leadership and your offensive creativity is lackluster because that style of play that you wanted to play, you wasn't even smart enough to know that you ain't have the personnel to pull it off. And so when you got those two things, what makes you think that next year going to be better when it comes to how Tyler Marsh would be coaching his team or this team or any team that he have his hands on in the future? Because again, this is why I say this is a complicated situation. What happened Michael Alter do call Angel and try to mend the fix with her? And what happened Angel tell Michael Alter, look, I know what my friends telling me. I know what Kai telling me. I know what DJ telling me. I know what Brittany Sykes telling me. I know what Alyssa Thomas telling me. I know what Satu is telling me. And they telling me, based on that film study, they don't like the coach that we playing for. They feel like this coach that we playing for is mediocre and incompetent at best. So they say they will not come here unless we get a coach that they will deem as competent and professional. And so if she relayed that to him, What happened? He does make that move with Tyler Marsh, not Tyler Marsh, but with Jeff P. Because like I said, he want to get somebody else in here like a GM that could really sanitize this organization reputation to get players to want to come here. Because what would be a shame is you build that big old facility based on what Angel requested for no free agents to come here because they still don't believe in your organization. So it's like you basically built that for nothing. And so if that's the case, then I can't see Tyler Marsh coming back unless Jeff P is coming back too. And if Jeff P is coming back, I think it's gonna be a muddy, muddy winter and a rough, rough spring. Because I think Angel gonna let it be known she do not want to come back under status quo. In my opinion, Lakeisha. It's just
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. My hands up. I know you can't see me, but my hands are up.
Right.
Go ahead, you got it.
I will say, look, I'm gonna do like you. I'm gonna start with the wings first. I think Kurt Miller had at least a 2 or 3 year plan that he was going to allow. The man name is Chris Cocaine Duval. His name is not Man Bun. YouTube plan. It is Chris Cocaine. I think he had almost probably a 2 3 year plan with him that he's going to allow this young coach to learn under him and oversee the transition from the Enrique era into the Paige Beckers era. So I wasn't really shocked that Man Bun is going to be retained as the Dallas Wings coach because he is Kurt Miller's boy, and I'm pretty sure it was explained to him when he took the job. Look, we're gonna train you up. I'm gonna be you gonna be my tutor, kind of like they did him with Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra, kind of deal, in my opinion. And so he's hoping that he can train this young coach to become a great coach one day. Will it remain to be seen? We're gonna see, but I think he'll rather have an inexperienced coach at the helm while he navigate rebuilding this Dallas Wings team around Paige Beckers. And like you said, I think he feels like he gets young players in there and starts fresh. They will more buy in to the young guy's vision, and they can go from there. And he can just reevaluate it as it goes on. But at least he don't have to saddle, I guess, a more experienced coach with a a team that is not ready to win right now, if that makes sense. So I'm not shocked. The Wings are gonna stay put, and then they can always use the young guys as scapegoat as to why they're not winning games and why they transition into coming out of the Enrique era, going into the Paige Becker era, and hopefully building around her. Now, at some point, Paige is probably gonna have to be vocal and tell them what she need and want because we already know the powers that be. Sometimes they have these 2 3 4 year plans. Meanwhile, they done wasted 4 years of your career. But I I digress. So that's the Wings situation. The Sky, I wasn't shocked by that news either. I think the Sky, Tyler Marsh is, if you listen to all the if you listen to all the media opinions that's been driving out here since the season progressed to the season end, they are pushing this narrative that the only reason why the season was so horrible is because Vandersloot went down. Vandersloot went down. Vandersloot went down. They didn't have a floor general to implement Tyler Marsh's plans and schemes. And that top and also you seen them do a whole bunch of media narratives. You seen players like Candace Parker come out and all these different players come out and say how good of a coach Tyler Marsh is. It's just that he's been saddled with so many bad injuries. Vandersloot went down. Vandersloot went down. Vandersloot went down. I can't tell you how many times that was said. They are trying to sell the fan base that if we run it back, we won't have the same outcome because Vandersloot will be back and we'll have a floor general. Now Jeff P did concede that I need to get somebody to back up Vandersloot, but if you notice the way this organization has been run, once they pick, because you heard this out of Jeff P's own mouth, once they pick they 12 players, they don't really look at other people, regardless of who go down. You seen the fever bring people in over and over again. The Sky didn't do that. They were forced to bring in Uzon because they was almost to the point where they only had 8 or 9 players that could suit up. They don't know how to project. So for them, there's a ton of vision on Vandersloot. Even though Vandersloot tore her ACL and probably won't be back for the beginning of the season, but you letting her tell it, she's gonna be back and ready to go. So I think they feel Tyler Marsh got a bad deal because his floor general, his coach on the floor, went down.
Mm-hmm.
And they feel he's a great coach. He's a great coach in the making, kind of like what Kurt Miller thinks. He thinks he's a great coach in the making. Now, with the other thing that you spoke about with Jeff P, so Tyler Marsh, the way I think this is just my thinking, y'all. I could be completely wrong. They give Tyler Marsh another year. They give Jeff P another year. If it crash and burn, they bring in a new GM. He's fired too. Even if they bring in a new GM, say in the off season, he might just let Tyler Marsh be a dead man walking coach.
Mm-hmm.
And if he do good, cool. If he don't, cool. He's not my
Mm-hmm.
guy either way it goes. So I
Mm-hmm.
can see a scenario ball where Jeff P still get fired. Tyler Marsh is still the coach, and I have no, as a new GM, I have no loyalty to him. So if he don't perform, so be it.
Mm-hmm.
at least I have somebody with the gap. But in my opinion, the way they've been moving, I really do believe Jeff P has convinced upper management that he can work out the rift between Angel Reese. He can work out the rift between Vandersloot because remember him and Vandersloot, they cool.
Business partners.
He figures, I think Jeff P thinks, the Pink Panther think he can work
Mm-hmm.
out the rift between Angel Reese and the organization and with Vandersloot. He might, the Ariel Atkins thing, that boat has sailed. But he might believe he can fix the Vandersloot Angel Reese collaboration
Mm.
and go into the next season if she's healthy, and then bring in somebody to. And I'm gonna tell you how people manipulate you. I listen to your concerns, Angel. You are right because he said that in that exit interview. You are right. We do need another floor general in here. You are right about that. You are right. We do need some better players. It didn't work out the way and you were right. Look, Ariel Atkins wants to go anyway. She didn't do what I thought she was gonna do. So you're right about that stuff. We're gonna make some changes, Aja. We just need you to mend this relationship with Vandersloot, and we'll be off and running. Tyler Marsh was saddled in the middle of a whole bunch of injuries, Angel. You just need to be patient. I know it's hard for you. I know it's hard, but you need to be patient, and I can fix this. I can see that. I can see all that BS unfolding. What you
Mm-hmm.
think?
I agree with everything you're saying, but Angel ain't gonna buy it because the problem is people already got in Angel ear, and I'm talking about the Lisa Leslie's and the Sylvia Fowles. So she talked to Sylvia Fowles when they played against the Minnesota Leafs. So there are enough people that got in Angel ear that say, man, the people you work for, they ain't it. They gonna waste your career. They gonna waste your good years. They gonna waste your prime years. How y'all women say when y'all date a man that ain't no good,
Right.
you waste your
You
prime
waste my
years.
prime years. Yeah.
And so Angel be like, she don't say Michael, Mr. Alter, because she don't be respectful.
Mm.
I I don't believe in Jeff P. He never wanted me. He never built around me. He called me out publicly, but when I did the same thing, I get suspended.
Mm-hmm.
The number 3 pick don't get called out at all. But y'all put the pressure on me as if I was the number 1 pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
How can I play for a man who never believed in me, who never wanted me, and my friends who I talk to, who are free agents, don't believe in him or Tyler Marsh? So how can we get better, Mr. Alter? How can we get better when our draft picks are going, except for one? We got 1 first rounder and 2 second rounders because we messed that up with the Ariel Atkins trade and the Haley Van List trade, but I take the blame for that, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted my homegirl. She just wasn't no good. At least under Tyler Marsh. So the 2027 pick, you know what I'm saying? That's a pick swap. And we lost our second rounder that year. Where is our path for us getting better besides getting free agents? And if I'm talking to my friends and they telling me they don't want to come here because of that man, how you expect me to want to be here under those circumstances, Mr. Alter? I'm gonna be like this here, Mr. Alter. Either, hey, keep Jeff P, let him run the team the way he see fit, and just trade me. You'll get a lot for me. There's a lot of teams that will throw multiple first round picks for me to go to their organization. Just send me somewhere else. Or fire him, get me a GM that's competent that people respect, and I can get you free agents in here and I can get us to a championship. I've been a champion everywhere I go, from AAU to high school to college to on rival. I just haven't won a championship here, but I can't win a championship, Mr. Alter, if you give me somebody that's in, that's unqualified for this position in the first place because he would never had GM experience. How can we win under those circumstances, Miss Alter? Me, Angel Reese, I'm asking you, sir. How can we win when we got a GM that choose his friendship over what's best for the team and organization?
Mm-hmm.
I always was told that everything always been framed as what's best for the organization. He doing things what's best for his friend. So how can you want me to believe in Chicago Sky, Mr. Alter, Nadir Roberts? How you want me to believe in your organization with that man and his track record of not picking good players and not having a relationship with other people around the league where people want to play for him? Explain that to me like I'm 5 years old. Because at the end of the day, I can't play for an organization that's incompetent. My brand is too much. My brand and everything I represent, not only for from a basketball standpoint, but from a cultural standpoint, is at risk for me to allow y'all to take it down the toilet. I cannot believe in your organization if you don't put me in the best position to succeed, sir.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, they're gonna do all they can to convince, at least Jeff P. Well, I put it to you like this, and we gonna get up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff P. knows his. This is me. This is my opinion. Jeff
Mm-hmm.
P. knows his job hinges on getting Angel Reese to buy back in. Because if she don't buy back in, and he has to trade her, it's gonna be the biggest PR nightmare you ever want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to see a major shift of
Mm-hmm.
resources from the sky
Mm-hmm.
to the new team. And
Mm-hmm.
think pieces are going to be written about for a long time about how the sky fumbled the bag.
Mhm.
Because make no mistake, this is fumbling the bag. So Jeff P right now, to me, in order to save his job, because I think right now he feeling a little, even though Michael Alter is his boy, his job right now is to get Angel to buy back in, to actually buy that. Look, Tyler Marsh is not as bad as we think. He just and in all actuality, Tyler Marsh is going to end up being the sympathetic figure here, Duval,
Mhm.
because Jeff P put this team around him.
Mhm.
Jeff P knew what his demeanor was. Jeff, Jeff P knew he was banking on a 38-year-old, 37-year-old um, point guard in his first year. Jeff P knew he had never been a head coach before. So Tyler Marsh is sitting here in the corner going, hey, I had all these things against me, Michael Alter.
Mhm.
And yes, I crumbled under the pressure, but who wouldn't?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
Jeff P didn't run off one coach. You'll be running off two black coaches. You ran off Teaspoon and said what she did wasn't good enough. And then you bring me in and tell me I'm your guy and I'll do worse than Teaspoon. There's a
Mhm.
common denominator, Michael Alter. I can hear Tyler Marsh. It ain't the coaches. It's just
Mhm.
P and him
Mhm.
making all the decisions. So that's why I think that the pot is a little hot for Jeff P.
Mhm.
But I do believe him, Duval, when he said in that exit interview that he calling Angel's team incessantly. I
Yeah.
do believe that.
He's auditioning,
Yeah,
and
I do
and
believe that.
let me add this before you close this out. If you notice, that tweet ain't say GM is safe. He
No,
said coaching staff is safe.
correct.
So that means he's still on that hot seat. And I'm gonna tell you why I
Mm-hmm.
know for a fact he's still on that hot seat. Because the one thing they not gonna do is train Angel. That's
Mm.
money that they will never get back. Michael Alton knew
They
that.
it'd be fumbling the biggest bag in sports.
And they built that facility because of her. So why would you do all that just to trade her? And you will have future players like Juju's of the world that star player will say, "No, I don't want to play there. Y'all the Angel like that? You ain't finna do me that way. No, I'm good. Don't draft me." They 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 know the nightmare will be to trade Angel. So they're not gonna trade Angel. Their best case scenario is gonna be this. Either Angel buy back into Jeff P, or they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to fire Jeff P, or they could dress up and say Jeff P decide to resign and move into another position within the organization. But either way, he will be removed. And then they could get a new GM, and the new GM might say, you know what? Tyler Marsh is under a 1 year deal because he'll be under his last year of his deal because they only sign 2 year deals.
Right.
And so he'll either come in under the last year of his deal, or they could find Tyler Marsh and still eat that 1 year because, like I said, the Chicago Sky don't even pay nobody. So it's not like they
No.
even losing money from a coaching standpoint. And so from that aspect, I can see Angel Reese holding the Jeff P future in his hands because
Mm.
they're not gonna trade her. That'd be too much of a financial disaster. Hell, even the new buyer, it's if they're trying to sell a team, they want to get a buyer. Who gonna buy this team without Angel Reese on it?
Mm.
The new buyer will say, "Hey, I ain't buying this team unless it's contingent for her being on the team."
Yeah, because I have visions for growing my business. I'm not buying a team to go back to, to not to lose money.
Mm-mm.
And,
Nah.
and guess what? Guess what, Devon?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she working in the lab.
She back in the lab unbothered. Look,
Yep,
y'all
that
better
back
work
ain't
that
hurting.
out. Y'all better work this out.
I told you that back ain't hurting. She just protested, and rightfully so. Team Angel. They tried you
Look,
like say you was a sucker. So you gave them sucker behavior.
Y'all better go and work that out. That's all I'm gonna do because I'm about to get ready for my third. I'm about to get ready for Unrivaled. I'm about to get ready for my third WNBA season. The ball right now is in y'all court.
Nah, I think it's in that
Make
woman's court.
no,
And
I'm
I'm
talking
telling
about
you.
for them to make a decision. Make a
Oh yeah,
decision.
yeah, yeah. Of course, 100%.
Is either me in
Or
the
him.
Angel Reese world, or you continue with this Jeff P vision, or whatever it is you're trying to. But for the first time in a long time, I will say this, Duval, and we gonna go.
Mhm. Mhm.
Jeff P might be just starting to buy into the Angel Reese vision.
He don't got no choice. The problem is, he knows that if he lose this job, he won't get another one.
No, he will not.
Nobody will hire him to save his life. The only thing he'll have is his little business. Him and
Yes,
Vandersloot.
and
And
whatever
and
percentage of whatever he got in the sky. Yeah, that's all he has.
and Quigley and what I don't know what they call it, Quigley Quagmire. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever it is,
Adley.
y'all can ride. Y'all can go continue developing players right off into the sunset with that.
Yeah, Adley Quigley Quagmire, whoever she is. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That'll
yeah.
be the only three that y'all have left. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be like three each company. And that's okay. And so
Hmm.
again, that woman did what was best. I'm glad she sat out on them. Like I said, I knew her back, you know what I'm saying? It was hurting, but she could have played through it. But at the end of the day, why play through for an organization that quit on you? So it was
Yes.
okay to quit on them. And I support that 100%. So anybody that watched this video and said, well, Duval saying that she quit on them. So what? She should have quit on them. I support 100%. She quit on an organization that quit on her a long time ago. And so
Yeah.
she did everything in her power to put herself first. Until they start prioritizing her, she got to prioritize herself. So at the end of the day, Chicago Sky, quit being incompetent, do the right thing, so y'all can be taken seriously as a serious organization.
Hmm. And sometimes you got to make. Sometimes you got to make the tough decisions, man. And it can't be based on who you like and who your boy is and who done wormed their way into. The trip part about all of this, Deval, when we get ready to go, is this:
Mm-hmm.
you still out here trying to bank on a player that best years are behind them. Now,
Yeah.
granted, she might come out and prove us all wrong, but can she sustain that in the future? No.
Mm-hmm.
The future is Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso on this team. That's the future.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to commit to that style of play, you see what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
brought Camilla up for a style of play. You don't want to commit to the Twin Towers. You don't want to commit to the media presence, the big media presence that Angel Reese brings. And let them ladies go.
Mm-hmm.
Let them go. And then you
Yeah.
can have the whitewash team you want to have.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it seems like that's what you want to do. If that's
Yep.
what you want, let them ladies go.
Mm-hmm.
Go let them be great somewhere else.
So you think if Vandersloot gonna have this great second wind of a career? On what she gonna do that? She gonna have to be on that Balco juice. She might be on that Balco juice or that biogenesis diet.
Hey, hey, I never put it past athletes, because LeBron running around here with vibranium. You
Yeah.
don't know.
And they
From
ain't taking no,
Wakanda.
ain't no goddamn vitamin D either.
So I will never put it past. You had that 1 year, and you know how even quarterbacks do that. You like Brett Favre had that 1 year. You was like, oh shit, Brett Favre ain't old. And then that next year, you was like, oh
Yeah, he
shit,
old as hell.
he done fell off a damn cliff.
Missing games and
So
all when he was with Minnesota.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So sometimes an older player can have that 1 year. So I ain't gonna, people always come back to bite us in the butt. So I ain't gonna never say Vandersloot can't come out and just be like, oh, own one. But that is not sustainable. That's what I will say.
Yeah,
Father Time is undefeated.
yeah,
So, and if you drafted these ladies to be the future, let them be the future.
well,
Vanderpool could be on the team, but she has to be a part of the vision.
well, I will
So,
say this, and so we getting on this note.
and get some of that vibranium. I need some of it. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. You said Father Time is undefeated. It is rumored that Venus look like Tyrannosaurus Rex, so she might be a dinosaur. So she might can live millions of years, millions of years. She might not be human like us. She might be a Tyrannosaurus Rex that could live millions of years, and she could live past Father Time. Her and Father Time could be best friends. I don't know.
Um,
You tell
I
me.
don't know. I don't know. I'm from the look. You gonna have to show me though. The days of me expecting it are over, Vandersloot. You
Mm,
are in the latter part of your career, so I'm not expecting it. You see what I'm saying?
see what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm you can contribute. I don't doubt that you can contribute to a team, but shoulder the load of the team, no.
Mm.
So hey, we about to get up out of here. Guys, hit the like button on this video. Please share, comment, and subscribe. Duval, you have anything else you want to say to Snooty?
Nah, we out of here.
We out of here, y'all. Y'all keep it funky. I'm gonna be on a little later on tonight. But hey, Chicago Sky, as the sky turns. I'm pretty sure we have something else every other day and twice on Sunday. All right, we out, y'all. Y'all have a good day.
Team Angel Reese. I am Team Angel Reese. Peace.
Peace.